I started off the Free Tommy protest outside the consulate down here in Queen Street, maybe May this year, protesting Tommy Robinson's jail sentence. So what's the whole Tommy Robinson issue got to do with free speech? That's the question. What's the whole Tommy Robinson issue got to do with free speech? If we can't openly talk about the issues of society, then we can't protect society from the threats within it, or from outside it. Now, British society over the last 50 years has failed to protect, by some estimates, over 1 million white young European schoolgirls from getting lured into child prostitution. How can the premier society of the world fail to protect 1 million white schoolgirls from getting lured, trafficked as human prostitutes within its own country? Now, Tommy Robinson's been imprisoned for speaking out about this. And he's facing trial Tuesday this week. So this problem started back in the 70s. The UK media reported that Sikhs were attacking Muslims in a race riot and Muslims were the victims. And Sikhs were arrested. But why were Sikhs attacking Muslims? What happened? Sikhs discovered Muslim taxi drivers were picking up young white Sikh girls, taking them up to upper rooms above restaurants, above takeaways, and prostituting them out. They were luring them in as boyfriends, saying, come be my girlfriend, have all this luxury stuff. Once they got compromising photos of them, they bribed them to become prostitutes. Now, the Sikhs caught on to what was happening. They started some riots. They started burning down these restaurants. The Muslims rioted in the streets, and it was portrayed as a race riot. Nothing was said in the media about the rape of the young Sikh woman. And because Sikhs were arrested and not the Muslims got bold and they started taking on the English schoolgirls. And the difference between a Western pedophile and a Muslim pedophile, Western pedophiles operate individually in darkness, in the shadows. These guys were bold. The Islamic child groomers were different. The Muslim men openly courted these women, waiting for them in cars by the school gates. They showered gifts, money and attention on them publicly. And what's more, they operated in groups, not just as individuals. And it was family groups. Fathers and sons have been arrested in the same group for trafficking schoolgirls. The other difference is the community protected them. The communities in Britain shut up. They refused to deal with police, refused to condemn this behaviour. Now, this hasn't just been happening in the UK, it was happening in the Netherlands as well. So, in almost 50 years, over 1 million school girls have been taken. How did they get away with it? Why have authorities failed to do anything about it? Why is no one questioning their authorities? And this is where Tommy Robinson comes in. It's easier to target girls in state care or in broken families who don't have any male attention. And these were the majority of the victims. But one report cited a victim covered in sores, dirty, ill after being held for several days, sometimes a week, without water, food or washing facilities, yet no one at the school questioned who she was or where she was. No one questioned her physical state when she got back from school. And social workers didn't know how to tackle the problem. Now, Bernardo started a home for girl prostitutes in the 1990s with millions of pounds funding, yet they did nothing to alert anyone what the cause of the problem was. So I'll ask a question that has been asked before. What could possibly motivate childcare professionals, police, caregivers, and even some parents to allow schoolgirls to suffer abuse for so many years and be in such denial about what causes it? Could it be the theoretical framework taught in social work degrees, places like Auckland University, and teacher education, the theory visible in the media that encourage childcare professionals to view these children as willing sexual agents and to view Muslims as part of the rich multiculturalism that creates our society? Now, we have the same issues in New Zealand. Tommy's trial is next week. I'll be outside the British Consulate down there on Queen Street while it's open on Tuesday, 8:30 to 1:30. I'll be protesting. They can't get away with this. Thanks.